Magandang gabi mga kaligtas. So in this video ay ating aalamin yung mga significant changes in the construction industry under the requirements nitong DO 252 series of 2025. Ang revised IRR po ng ating Republic Act 11058 or commonly known as Occupational Safety and Health Law. So dati meron tayong IRR which is the DO 198 series of 2018. At nitong nag-effect na siya last May 16, 2025. Itong ang DO 252, no, series of 2025, which is the revised IRR nitong Oslo. So, under this DO 252 is in-specify na po yung ating mga OSH or Occupational Safety and Health Standards in every economic activity, sector, or industry na meron tayo dito sa Pinas. Yung OSH requirements natin under this DO 252 is nakabase na doon sa per industry or per economic activity. At isa nga dito, under the section 22 ng ating DO 252, itong OSH in the construction industry. So anyway, ang ating talagang provisions or guidelines when it comes in the OSH or Occupational Safety and Health Standard in the construction industry is itong Department Order or DOLE Department Order number 13. So, andyan pa rin siya. May mga changes lang tayo when it comes sa requirements ng ating safety officers, ng ating first aiders, at ang ating facilities na dinagdag under this DO 252. So, under this section 22 ng ating bagong o revised IRR na DO 252 series of 2025. So ano yung scope natin? Pag pinag-usapan yung construction industry, it applies to all construction, project and workers, including contractors and subcontractors covering building, civil works, infrastructures and renovations. So ganun pa rin yung requirements, ang definition or ang scope ng ating ng ating construction industry kung babalikan natin yung Department Order 13. So yung OSH program naman natin na ito yung yung Construction Safety and Health Program, ano yung dapat nating i-address sa Construction Safety and Health Program natin? Kasi nga in-specify na every industry or economic activity ay may kanya-kanya ng OSH program. At nakarely pa rin yun, nakabase pa rin yun depende sa presence or sa hierarchy ng ating mga respective establishments, no? So under the requirement ng OSH program in the construction industry, yung mga i-address natin doon sa sa OSH program natin, una is ang mga risk regarding the use of heavy equipments, no? Yun nga, still required pa rin na dapat yung mga heavy equipments natin is dapat may testing certificate coming from the accredited third party, and at the same time yung operator ng ng heavy equipment na yon ay may kaukulang skill certification coming from TESDA. Okay? So dito rin nakalakip yung work hours, break time at iba pa, no? So yun yung mga dapat i-address natin under OSH programs. And also address din natin ang provision of suitable living accommodation. Ngayon nga kasabay nitong DO 252 ay lumabas din ang DO 253. Ano itong DO 253? Ito yung provisions and guidelines as to design when it comes sa provision ng temporary facility for our construction workers. But that is a requirement if in case the contractor opted or pinili niyang mag-provide ng temporary facility or barracks sa mga construction workers. So meron na tayong DO 252 or guidelines for the designs of temporary facility for the construction workers. At saka wag natin din kaligtaan na ang OSH program na ito in the construction must be approved, kasi nga doon nagsasubmit tayo ng Construction Safety and Health Program sa DOLE. So ang requirement nito same pa rin, prior to construction or commencement of the construction, dapat nakapagpa-evaluate at nakapagpa-approve na tayo ng Construction Safety and Health Program kung saan man may jurisdiction ng location ng ating project site. doon tayo mag-apply sa field office or sa regional office ng DOLE, no? Na may coverage doon sa location ng ating project. So yun. So as to the requirements naman, meron na ngang binago sa requirements ng safety officer at saka first aider. Kung titingnan nyo dito sa table, dati itong 1 to 9 workers, same pa rin yan, is auto. Pero paglagpas mo na ng 9 workers, 10 or more workers na meron ka sa iyong ongoing construction, dati sa DO 198 nire-required na yon na at least safety officer 3 na ang kailangan doon. Kasi nga considered ang construction site as one of the high-risk establishments. So kung babalikan mo ang DO 198, ang requirement pag 10 or more employees na assign on that establishment at saka high-risk ng establishment is ang pinaka at least na nire-require doon is safety officer 3. Pero dito sa under this DO 252, may nagbago na tayong requirements. So ano na yung requirements? When yung workers mo is 10 to 50 under this pag meron ka sa ongoing construction mo, ang nire-require na lang sa iyo is not SO3 but safety officer 2. Kaya nga lang 2 safety officer 2 ang dapat mong i-provide sa ongoing construction na may 10 to 50 workers. At the same time, yung first aider na dati 1 to 50 isa lang, saka tayo magre-require 50 or more ng OH nurse. Ang nire-required ngayon under this DO 252 is 2 na. Ibig sabihin, pag yung workers natin under the construction, ongoing construction is 10 to 50 workers, dapat meron na tayong at least 2 first aiders and 2 safety officer 2. Bakit ito ang nangyari or yung significant changes doon sa construction? Yung construction industry is one of the contributors, ng most reports, kalimitang may nangyayaring injuries sa ating mga construction site. That is why mas pinaramihan yung requirement ng safety officer at saka ng first aiders to address these reported cases, mga minor cases and even major cases. Paglagpas mo naman 100 to 99 workers, ito rin yung additional na nagbago. Kasi yung i-require sa iyo is safety officer 2 na 3 safety officer 2. Or, kasi slash or 2 SO3 or safety officer 3. Sa 100 to 199 workers. Dati sa ating DO 198, paglagpas mo pa lang ng 200, doon ka pa lang i-required ng SO3 o 2 SO2. But in this DO 252, pag tapak mo ng 100 workers to 199 workers, required ka na ng at least 3 safety officer 2 or 2 SO3. So yun. At saka, yung first aider, nadagdagan na rin, nag-minimum requirement na tayo ng 3 or 3. At pag nag-200 workers na to 500 workers, tingnan yung maigi. Hindi siya or ang requirement sa safety officer. But, 2 SO3 plus 1 SO4. So, required na pag 200 to 500 workers. Meron na dapat is O4 sa ating construction industry. At ang nakalagay dyan, plus, hindi slash or. Ibig sabihin, 3 yung hinihingi na minimum requirements ng safety officers pag ang workers mo is between 200 to 500 in the construction industry. 2 SO3 at saka 1 SO4. Yun yung minimum requirements ng safety officer in the construction industry pag 200 to 50 workers and so on. And meron pa tayong increment dito that every 500, excess of 500 workers, from 500 is magdadagdag ka na ng 1 safety officer 2. Ibig sabihin, pag nag 1,000 ng workers mo, ang i-required sa iyo is 4 na safety officers. 2 SO3, kasi nga 200 to 500 is SO3 na at saka 1 SO4, 3 na yon. At saka may increment pa na additional na 500 workers na required is isang SO2. So ibig sabihin, 4 na safety officers ang i-required sa iyo if in case ang workers mo in the construction is that industry is between 200 to 500. No? So 4. Dalawang SO2, dalawang SO3 or safety officer 3, isang SO4 at isang additional safety officer 2. At magdadagdag ka pa if nag 1.5 na yung workers mo, magiging dagdag mo 2 SO2 na. So yun yung binago sa construction industry. Okay? Now, dito naman sa OSH facilities. Ang nabago naman sa OSH facilities in the construction industry is dati yung 1 to 50 workers is nire-required na tayo ng treatment room. But under this DO252, hindi naman siya masyado kailangan. Ang ang requirement lang sa 1 to 9 employees na meron sa construction industry is first aid kit. No? Hindi na require yung treatment room for the 1 to 9 employees. Instead, first aid kit na lang yung i-provide natin. At doon pa tayo, pag naglagpas na ng 9 or 10 or more employees, doon na tayo mag-provide ng treatment room. No? So, ito yung mga requirements. And in every increment of or in every additional of 500 workers in excess doon sa sa 500 is magpo-provide tayo ng additional 1 treatment room na may isang clinic bed. So, yun yung mga significant changes sa ating OSH requirements in the construction industry under this DO252 series of 2025, which is the revised IRR or Implementing Rules and Regulations ng ating Republic Act 11058 or commonly known as OSH Law. So, dito lang muna tayo ngayon. Hanggang sa muli. No? Safety Engineer Vlad. Sa mga hindi pa naka-follow sa aking YouTube channel, paki-follow na po. Especially dyan sa mga baguhang mga safety officers. If nagustuhan ninyo ang video ito at saka nakatulong sa inyo, please like and share na lang sa inyong mga kakilala. At paki-follow na rin, again, ng aking YouTube channel. So, hanggang sa muli, abangan nyo yung mga bagong bagong OSH vlogs natin. Regarding dito sa iisa-isahin natin, ibato-batuhin natin yung pagba-vlogs na nitong bagong revised IRR ng ating Republic Act 11058 or Occupational Safety and Health Law. Hanggang sa muli, Safety Engineer Vlad, magkita-kita tayo muli.